Hey guys, Giza here. Just wanted to chat to you today about the difference between being alone and loneliness. So, there are times when a guy in his life will be alone, and that's good. There's times when you're going to feel lonely. That's not so good. So, what's the difference? The difference is that there are times when I want to be alone. There are times when us as guys, we need to be alone. We need to be out in the bush somewhere, out in the sticks, out in the water, catching a wave, on a dam, fishing next to the river, lighting a fire, being alone. Just doing stuff by myself, just enjoying my space, my time. There's also times when you can be around a lot of people and you can be lonely. You can have people all around you. You can have your kids, your wife, your friends. You can be at a social event, but you can feel lonely. So, okay, how does that work? Well, also it depends on your personality. If you're an introverted person, you're not going to enjoy social events. And that's okay. If you're fun country or you love being the center of attention, you're going to enjoy being around a fire, hogging all the attention. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is if you in a group of friends, if you're around your friends, or if you're in a group of people, whether it's at work or whether it's in your social sphere, and you feel lonely, you're not engaging with people, you're not connecting with people, how do you overcome that? How do you deal with that? What do you do? Obviously, I don't want to get you to change your personality. Your personality is who you are. But there are things that you can do to help you get out of this loneliness situation. And one of the things that you can do is, as consumers, we're born to consume. We're born and then we just eat. We take love, we consume attention, we consume food, we consume nappies or diapers or whatever you want to call them. We consume. And we grow up consuming love, attention from our parents all the way through. When we get into our early teens or 20s or late teens, 20s, early 20s, we start finding that people start expecting more from us instead of us from them. And what happens is that if we're not prepared properly to deal with that transition, to deal with that change, it's going to be very difficult for us to feel part of a tribe or part of a group or feel comfortable in our own skin if we're just consumers. So instead of being consumers, we need to contribute. We need to transition from consuming in this kind of consumerism, commercialization, commercial world. We are prepped and guided to consume. But a key issue is when you change your mindset from consuming to contribution. The moment you change your mindset from a consumption mindset to a contribution mindset, you then see value in what you are doing. How does that work? It's better to give. When you give something of yourself, you find that what you needed, what you wanted in the first place, whether it was acceptance or validation, things like that, Those things are external, and they might come, you might seek, you might want them from other people. But the moment you start giving, you then start receiving. How does it work? It comes back to you in peace here. Not external validation. The moment you change that, your life starts changing. Your mindset needs to change first before your external circumstances change. What you do in your silent times, your alone time, can affect the impact of loneliness, or how you will feel, how you will navigate a social environment. So there's a couple of things that I want to challenge you on or leave with you. One of the ways to navigate this process is to identify the difference between being alone and loneliness, and the positives and negatives around that. Mindset change is going to be your first step. Change your mindset. Change your mindset. It's the start. Go from consumer to contribution. And secondly, you give of yourself. When you give of yourself, something happens internally. Something happens when you start giving your talent, your skill, your time. You then start receiving validation from an inward point of view. Not from magazines or from television programs or from fake friends or skin deep people. That's the time. That's the time when you start feeling validated, and that comes from here. That's all for now.